What's going on, everybody? American Football Network here with another video today. And today we're bringing you guys our Ohio State-Oregon preview prediction video. But before we get started, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment those thoughts and opinions down below. Help me reach that goal of 8,000 subscribers by the end of October. Check out the description for links to our shop, podcast, website, Patreon page, and our College Football Roundup channel. Also, if you love sports betting, then check out Parlay Play. They offer the best picks in the industry. Use the link below to sign up today and receive a 100% deposit match on your first deposit, as well as $5 free play. It's as simple as choosing more or less on your favorite player stats for every game. We got 50-something days of straight football, at least one game every single day. So go check them out. Get in on that. A lot of games to get in on the action. But let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So Ohio State goes on the road to Oregon this Saturday. It'll be the 7:30 primetime game on NBC. The Buckeyes come in as a 3-point favorite. Over under set at 53.5. We'll get back to more of that stuff later in the video. So you look, Ohio State coming in 5-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten. Oregon with an identical record of 5-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten. You look at how these two teams got here. For the Buckeyes, they beat Akron 52-6 week one, beat Western Michigan 56-0, stomped Marshall 49-14. Then win at Michigan State, got to win 38-7, come back home and beat Iowa 35-7. You look for Oregon, beat Idaho week one 24-14. That one was somehow sort of a close game. Then beat Boise State 37-34. Then went on the road to Oregon State, beat them pretty good 49-14, beat UCLA on the road 34-13, and then beat Michigan State at home 31-10. So, I mean, when you look at these two teams, Oregon clearly does not look like the same team they were last year. That's just the truth of the matter. It's a little disappointing. But I think they're still a very solid football team. This is the number 2 team in the country, Ohio State, versus the number 3 team in the country, Oregon. I think it's going to be a great game either way. But Oregon just doesn't seem to have the same type of explosive offense they had with Bo Nix. They're still waking up a little bit. Now, they've looked a lot better the last 3 games than they did the first 2. They're waking up defensively. They seem to be in a groove and seem to have a good defensive game plan each week. They look good defensively. On the flip side, Ohio State, what can we say? I mean, they have elite running backs like usual, elite wide receivers like usual. Now, the quarterback isn't as good as it has been in years past. I would say Will Howard's playing very similar to how McCord played. Protecting the football maybe a little bit better. But when you look, same thing for Ohio State, defense, elite, like just talent everywhere. It's what you expect out of Ryan Day and the Buckeyes. We'll see if they can finally actually win something with all that talent. But, I mean, right now they look like they might be the most talented team in the country. Maybe Texas is above them, but I think Ohio State's legit. I think this is going to be a good game. You look at the series history between these two teams. Ohio State 9-1 all-time versus Oregon. Oregon won the last matchup in the shoe 35-28. That was back in 2021. Ohio State won the only matchup in Eugene. This was back in, I believe, the 40s. Beat them 30-0. I expect it to be a closer game than that one this time around. These teams also played in the first ever college football playoff national championship. Ohio State won that one. Ezekiel Elliott, big game. I believe they beat them. They beat them by a pretty good margin in that one. I forget what the score was. 42-20. Okay. Yeah, 42-20. Ohio State beat Oregon in the first college football playoff national championship to win their 8th in school history. So let's go ahead and jump into the keys to the game. First off, for Ohio State, number 1 is establish a good run game. I mean, you have 2 elite backs. You have the best running back duo in the country. It's not even close with Judkins and Henderson. Run the football with them. Judkins, your leading rusher, 60 carries, 468 yards, 5 touchdowns. Henderson has put up some great numbers as well. Just run the football with them. Establish that run game early. Don't let Oregon make you one-dimensional. that should be the offensive game plan running in. We see what Ashton Jeanty did to Oregon too. Judkins is more than capable of doing that. Number 2 is contain Tez Johnson. He has the 7th most receptions in the country. That's the guy that Oregon wants to get the football to. He comes into this game with 43 catches, 395 yards, 5 touchdowns. Contain him. Don't let him be the guy that beats you underneath. And make big plays happen. Contain Tez Johnson. Don't let him find him on 3rd and 6 for a 7-yard gain. Contain him. That's their go-to guy. Everybody in the country knows that's who they're trying to go to. Don't let him beat you. Number 3 is no turnovers. When you look for Ohio State, you come into this game, it's going to be a great crowd in Oregon. Don't turn the football over. Will Howard, he's thrown an interception in 3 straight games. Ohio State has fumbled 7 times on the year. Now, they've only lost 1, but they fumbled 7 times this year. That's not something you want to keep doing, because against a team like Oregon, if they get their hands on one and steal one from you, that's a team who can go make you pay for it. So hold on to the football. 7 fumbles. I know you've only lost 1, but 7 fumbles, that's a lot of times in 5 games to be putting the ball on the ground. And Will Howard, you got to find a way to keep him from throwing an interception in 3 straight games. I mean, when you can't make it 4. When you played Marshall, doesn't really matter. At Michigan State, don't really matter. Their offense sucks. I mean, you play Iowa, same for them. Offense sucks. So not big deals in those games. But against Oregon, just 1 interception could be the difference in the football game. Will Howard protect the football, break that streak of 3 straight games with a pick. On the flip side, Oregon's keys to the game. Number 1, find explosive plays down the field. This Ohio State defense is very stingy. They're very elite, just 5-star talent all over the field. You're going to have to hit some explosive plays and create some space, give a threat of that offensively, create some space underneath for the run game, also the short passing game. Don't let them load the box up, have everybody in tight. You got to find a way to hit some plays down the field. Number 2 is force Ohio State to throw the football. Like I just mentioned, Will Howard has thrown an interception in 3 straight games. Don't let them do whatever they want to do on you defensively. Stop the run. It's going to be tough because they got Egbuka, they got Jeremiah Smith. They have weapons in the passing game, but you're more likely to create a mistake for Ohio State to make a mistake throwing the football than they are running the football. So that's something you got to lean into. You got to make them do is just throw the football. Plus, your secondary is pretty solid. I mean, run defense is where you've struggled the majority of the time this year. Your pass defense has been pretty good. So, make them throw the football. Make them play into your strength defensively. Number 3 is keep the Buckeye offense off the field. They're so explosive. They're so electric. They can score on you in 1 play. Doesn't matter where they're at on the field. You got to keep them off the field. I think if you can play kind of ball control in this one, kind of hold the ball, get a few stops, go on long drives, I think that really helps play into your favor of winning this game. I think Oregon can do that. I think they can play ball control. It's going to be a big game in Eugene. So now to the score prediction I have for us. We mentioned earlier Ohio State is favored by 3. The over-under is set at 53.5. I have Ohio State winning this game 31-27. I think that they cover the spread, and I think the over hits. I'd put it at 58. Now, neither one of those are plays I would personally put money on just because who the heck knows what's going to happen. But that's what I'm going with, my score prediction. Ohio State 31, Oregon 27. So that wraps up today's video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We appreciate all of your support, and we'll see you guys.